Hi there, welcome back to my garden. Today I want to get a couple of things sown. It's July 1st, by the way. I use this calendar here. This calendar. This is by Growing in the Garden. She has a YouTube channel and she is a master gardener here in southern Arizona. And she makes these growing guides, which can help, especially when you're starting out and doing things new. It helps you not be so overwhelmed when trying to figure out what to sow when. I use this as a guide, which is super helpful. I just realized it doesn't say summer squash, but I'm going to sow it anyways. What's the difference? She suggests summer squash August 15th. I'm going to do it anyways. I'm going to be sowing today winter squash, and if we get to it corn, I will show you why, because I'm not confident in my corn that I sowed in April or May. It's not doing hot. I have this 3x6 bed here, newly established in, I don't know, December. I think I put this together in December or January. And I had tomatoes in here, but I planted them too close and didn't fertilize. Plus I used the Kellogg soil, which I'm finding out isn't that great. I refilled the soil to bring the soil level back up. And I have planted some like little pumpkins, some sugar pie pumpkins. This is just like a new seed. And then these, actually, I had a pumpkin from last year still. That was definitely getting soft and getting kind of scary. So I broke pieces of it off and I wasn't sure about the germination. So I left all the seeds, but these germinated in like a few days. And look at how many I have. So those seeds were pretty good, but I'm gonna put, I think, just 3 squash back here. But one thing different I'm going to do, just because the stuff in here previously, even though I did just newly amend this, I don't think I put fertilizer. I don't remember putting fertilizer, but I'm just gonna in here put a little bit of my homemade compost for the microbes, really, and mix in a little bit of fertilizer in here and then put that with my seeds and hopefully be all good. I've got some compost in here. There are still chunks, but I can obviously scoop out what I want. So I'm just going to get a little bit of this. This fertilizer really stinks, so I'm gonna get the glove up. In my mind, I was visualizing like a cup's worth. So I got that. I've never messed around with this, and I kind of felt like maybe it was a scam. But I came across it at Ace Hardware for like $2. So I decided to give it a go. Since everything in here did poorly, I'm gonna give it everything I got. That I don't think you need a lot of. I think it's concentrated, if I'm not mistaken. I could just read this. Apply 1/4 cup per square foot. Oh, maybe not then. Okay. There's a dripper right here. So I think that's good a spot as any for my first one. So I'm going to be doing summer squash. This one did so good, but I'm hoping to get some of this one because it tastes better. So this here is a hybrid, and it is like this one here, the Cosata Romanesco, but a hybrid version. I don't know, it was on clearance last year when I bought it, even though this was last year, but it had 100% germination on the test. So I'm gonna just feel good about doing one seed. Cover over my little seed. Oh, almost forgot a label. I've decided to spice it up and use these metal tags here because I was actually able to get the ink off. It doesn't normally come off, but what I can do instead is paint this with black chalk paint and then go in with my white paint marker. The reason why between that little sugar pie pumpkin and that first one was not 18 inches is because I plan to drape that out the side of the bed. So, but between these, I definitely want to go. Or no, I'm going to go exactly in half of this bed since I'm doing 3. One on the outer corners and one here in the middle. Dig that up a little. Add in my compost mixture. This one, we're going to do this green scallop. Again, I am going to do just one seed. I don't like to waste. I can come back and reseed if it doesn't come up for some reason. Of course, when you put 2 seeds, they both come up, and when you put 1 seed, none of them come up, but I feel good, confident that that will be just fine. The Pantheon squash. I got my 3 squash back here. Hopefully those grow up quick and we're harvesting squash in no time. We're obviously in summer, so it's really quite hot. So hopefully that means they'll grow fast and hopefully they don't get too stressed with the heat. This particular bed does not have access to a shade cloth, but monsoon season has started, so we get some cloudy days, a little bit of water. I think we'll be good. So here is my sad, pathetic corn. I sowed this in like...
Well, would you looky here, my poor sweet corn. The irrigation valve is turned off.
Some of these are so small, and the ones that are not as small are already tasseling. Doesn't even look like there's a drop of pollen left, and there is no... Oh, I guess there's like the teeniest, tiniest little ears on there. So I am going to maybe not 100% give up on these. Like, I'm not going to pull them out today. I'll give them a little while longer, but I am going to start on plan B elsewhere. So I have these 2 beds. These are 3x4. Those squash haven't done anything for me. Maybe I sowed them too early. One of the struggles I have here is that we get really, really hot by like May or June, and you want your plants to kind of have a head start before that, but starting too early means your plants are subjected to a lot of nights that are at 40 degrees, definitely below 50 degrees. We don't start to see consistent nights above 50 until April, May. So they didn't do anything for me. I don't know quite what the problem was. Obviously the zinnias are fine, but zinnias are really resilient. Even the marigolds, they don't look that great, but also they've been in there since February. So maybe they're just old. So I'm gonna clean up as much as possible. I think I am going to be leaving the zinnias. Obviously, the recommended thing for corn is to plant them in blocks, and that is for pollination purposes, but it can't be worse than what I had over there. So I am going to just plant them wherever I have extra space in here, and I haven't decided if I'm going to do both beds on sweet corn and put all my eggs in one basket, or if I'm just going to do one, if I'm going to do one, wait a couple weeks and maybe plant some fun corn in there that I won't be so sad if it doesn't work. Or like I have a pink popcorn. That would be cool. So maybe once I get in here, I'll see how I feel. I'm going to leave these beans here on this trellis. Once the corn gets bigger, I think I'm going to unleash the trellis because I plan on moving these trellises and reworking how my trellis system is for these 2 beds. But for now, I'm going to leave it and maybe just put a corn there in the middle. I don't know. We'll see when we get into it. So I have the same thing going on here, my compost, azomite, and fertilizer. And then I'm going to add something different to this one. I'm going to be adding blood meal, which is really a quick and great source of nitrogen for your plants. And of course, corn is a grass, so likes nitrogen. I don't really know if this is going to do anything because if I'm not mistaken, this is extremely old, like at least 2 years old, maybe 3 years old. But I don't know if this type of stuff expires. Oh, best if used by 1/15/25. So I still have 6 months. This is a stinky mix. Oh man, before I crouch down onto the ground, a smart person would have grabbed their seed. But I guess we can clean up first. Where are my pruners? Nice, didn't bring that either. Where did I put my flip-flopping pruners? Shovel, compost, seeds. They are lost. What in the frick frack? Oh, hee. Okay. So this squash has sadly not amounted to anything. Goodbye, dear friend. I don't know what squash bugs are, but I just have a bad feeling that is a squash bug. Oh, I hate bugs. Ugh. Oh my god, I'm gonna freak out when I'm editing that and have to look at that. Is that a squash bug, guys? Ah! I'm sorry, I just panicked and killed it because I dropped it and it crawled towards me. Where'd it go? I don't even know if I got it. For your own safety, if you're still alive, do not come out. Well, maybe that will explain some of my troubles. These marigolds still look pretty decent. I just can't bring myself to kill them. These ones look rough. Thank you for your service. These zinnias really do still look excellent. It's crazy. I've got a Malabar spinach over here that's going to be going up this trellis. Scrape back the mulch. I swear, if there is a forking squash bug in here, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I will not be happy. My supercharged compost mixture. Let's pick a corn seed. So this is my saved seed, but I didn't realize that this was a hybrid. So I don't think I can use any of that.
Quick side note, you can totally use saved seed from hybrid plants. They just will have, those random hybrid genetics and they're not stable. And for a crop like corn that takes a lot of space and has been difficult for me, I'm not risking that.
Got some peaches and cream. You shouldn't mix your corn because we eat the seed. So when you have cross-pollination, normally it's fine because, of course, the thing that's affected is that seed. So next year when you plant whatever it is that was cross-pollinated, that's when you're going to see that hybridization. But for corn, we eat the seed. So if you mix a like a super sweet variety with like a dent corn that's made for flour, or like a popcorn, it's not gonna be good. So I have these two that I would be comfortable mixing because they're both sweet corns, Peaches and Cream and a Martian Jewels. I really would want to do this one because it has a pink husk, but I think, I don't know anything about this variety, but it says huge sweet ears and high yield. I just want something I just want corn to work for me for once. So I think I'm going to try this. It says I should plant 12 inches apart. Golden Jubilee. I just ripped the name off, so I'm saying this out loud in case I forget. Golden Jubilee. Here is my corny corn. 12 inches apart. Okay, so there's a dripper right there. Skip this dripper. Skip this dripper. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4 in this first row. The camera is dying and I have not quite made up my mind on whether or not I want to sow this other bed right next to us the same with the same corn, or if I want to wait a couple weeks to avoid cross-pollination and put something else over there, or not do corn at all. Maybe I shouldn't dedicate that much space to something that hasn't yielded me yet. So I am going to sign off here, and just the camera's dying, so I'm going to clean up my mess off camera. Not that that's that fun. I got to take that stuff to the compost, put all my things away. I have some extra here, and I'll use that for whatever I decide on that other bed. But I'm going to leave that one here. Thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you around next time, and hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!